means here one coding is there. A, that paper has a code A or code B or code C or code D. So, they will jumble you here. So, you have to fill that code also. This is a very important. So, generally you have to take care about the options A, B, C, D. This is very important. Okay, now coming to the kind of examination on a math. So, you have different kinds of questions in it. So, alphabet test, and another one is analogy, arithmetical reasoning, assertion and reasoning, blood relations. I will give a one by one. Alphabet test means I will explain all these things one by one. So, first let me explain what are the kind of questions you have it. Assertion and reasoning, blood relations means here father, mother, sister, uncle, son-in-law, like they will give the blood relation questions also. Next, classification, you have to classify with respect to common property. This is a very important. Next, coding and decoding. So, generally that information will be given in terms of alphabets, you have to decode it into numericals, or numericals are given, you have to decode it into alphabets. That is a very important. Next, data sufficiency is another one, and direction sense test, which direction. So, there is some figures will be there based on whether it moves in anti-clockwise direction or clockwise direction, upward direction or downward directions. According to the direction, the shape of the figure also will change. So, you have to check that direction also, that is also very important. And the next one is inserting the missing character. So, there are maybe that is a alphabet, maybe the number, maybe some what you call it as drawing, or maybe some part of that figure. So, you have to insert which is the missing character. This is very important, and the most one important is logical sequence of words. So, you have generally they will left, for example, A is given, next D is given, next G is given. So, here A, B and C is missed, E and F is missed, like so there is some logical sequence of the words will be there, and the very important is okay. So, Venn diagrams. Okay, children, please respond for the your I am going to respond for your call. So, please ask your queries or doubts. Okay. So, and before going to take that call, just I want to give the remaining things are Venn diagrams. This is a very important. Children, you are well aware about these Venn diagrams. In the chapter second chapter, that is set theory, you have the Venn diagrams. Already you are going to learn, or maybe you learn this properties of the Venn diagram. So, Venn diagram represents some common area or common things, and of course, some maybe disjoint sets. So, this information generally if you want to represent anything in a pictorial thing. So, generally Venn diagrams is one of the things, maybe bar diagrams, maybe pie diagrams, or maybe graph, maybe cumulative curves. These are the various kinds of representation of the information data in terms of pictures. So, that is called of course is Venn diagrams, and very important is a mathematical operations. So, we have so many mathematical operations, not only basic fundamental mathematical operations, we have so many mathematical operations. So, that based on that generally some questions will be given for the examination. And the next one is number ranking the sequence test. Number ranking time sequence. So, number ranking, so you have to give the numbers and a ranking, I mean either ascending order or descending order. So, that is a time sequence. This is also very important, you can ask in a time sequence also. This is very important. And the series, this is the most important. Already you are in practice, and you are already you learned as a progressions. In progression chapter you learned an arithmetic progression, geometric progression. Of course, sometimes the advance of beyond the syllabus is harmonic progression. Generally based on the progression concept, some questions will be given. So, progression have an excellent thing, excellent application. So, generally which gives what you call it as a brainstorming for our knowledge. So, definitely, so it will help you to write in a good condition. And the situation reaction test, according to the situation you have to react for that test. This is very very important. These are the various parts of math, mental ability test. So, in this section and next session, so I will concentrate on all these things, just I will give the awareness about how to write this kind of questions. This is very very important. So, children, so now before going to explain the various kinds of questions, I am going to give the mode of examination. This is a very very important. So, from 1 to 50, question number 1 to 50, it is math. So, we have 50 questions. From question number 51 to 100, that is LCT, language comprehensive test, 50 questions we have. From 101 to 113, that is physics, 13 questions. From 114 to 126, chemistry questions, that is 13 questions, and 127 to 140, biology, 13 questions. For example, so this how the questions may come, generally you have a doubt. So, which element belongs to the third period and third group? Generally this question is asked. So, you have means here when you are going to get this answer means you are well aware about the concept of periodic table. So, when you observe the periodic table, the third group and third period element is nothing but is aluminum. So, we can say aluminum is the answer. So, correct answer, like you can choose the correct answer, and the next one is biology, biological science, and from question number 127 to 140. The most important one is mathematics, that is 141 to 160, 20 questions. So, if you see the standard of the questions of the from last 3-4 years, it is a very good standard. So, the lot of thinking process will be required. So, we will discuss those questions also. So, which gives some confidence on mathematics. Definitely that will help you to get good score in the exam. And the next one from 161 to 175. History questions based on history, 15 questions will be asked from the history, and from 178 to 190, that is geography, you have 15 questions, completely you have 15 questions, and from 191 to 195 you have political science questions of 5 questions, and from 196 to 200 economics based on economics 5 questions. On the total it is 200 questions, and this is the way of or mode of examination, the question paper in this mode only. So, children, it is children, you have well about all these question numbers and very clear. So, in SAT the first physics will come, next chemistry, next biology, next mathematics, next history, next geography, and political science, followed by economics. So, here the very important, first time you are going to write your competitive examination. Already you are trained with some of course, how to become a civil service aspirant also. So, that will help you to for write this examination. So, you will start the examination with a high confidence mode. So, here for example, you started one question, that is you feel difficulty. At that time you have to build the confidence that when the question is difficult for you, the same question is difficult for the other guys also. This is a very important. So, if you feel that this question is difficult, otherwise I does not know this question, the remaining guys all know this question. So, already I am losing 1 mark. So, I may not qualify for this examination. This kind of attitude is not correct. So, first if one question is over, if one question is of course does not know, no need to feel any difficulty, go for the second question. Okay, if you feel second question as difficult, go for the third. Do not lose your confidence and write it. And one more of course advice to all of the children, no need to start exactly for the first question or second question or third question. So, for example, you feel comfortable in history, you are good in history, for example, start from 161 question answer. Otherwise, you are good in mathematics. So, definitely you have to start in mathematics. Are you good in chemistry? So, you can start with the chemistry concepts. So, here there is no restriction to start from one only, but at the end of the examination you have to answer all the 200 questions. That is the most important, and there is no negative marking for the stage 1. So, you can freely answer all the options. This is a very, very important, and the time factor also, this is for 3 hours, means 180 minutes. In 180 minutes you have to answer 200. It is a very, very important, children, as my possible statistics. For reading the question in which is given in the examination, at least take 10 seconds, clear. And okay, after reading the question, so just observing the options, it takes at least 3 or 4 seconds, means 14 seconds is over. Okay, then if you want to find the answer, so after finding the answer you want to bubble the answer perfectly, means it takes at least 5 seconds. So maximum 20 seconds is meant for only reading the question, options and bubbling the, that is one. It is a totally, which is not a part of your answering. So there are 200 questions and 180 minutes, means you have to answer less than 1 minute, means less than 60 seconds. So means approximately 54 or 53 seconds for each question. Among 53 seconds, already how much time is spent for reading the question and bubbling the question, means bubbling the answer, means it takes 20 seconds. So means the children have only 30 seconds, means half minute only. You have to keep all these statistics in your mind. So you have to, don't waste time. So don't take as a ego or prestigious things, means I want to do this problem at any cost, whether it is 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 5 minutes, I want to finish. Don't go for such an egoistic way. So simply, for example, he does not know, simply leave the question and go for the next question. That is a very, very important, means for questioning of answering the each question, just it takes only 30 seconds. 30 seconds is meant for you. So obviously have to you have speed up and gear up your way of answering. This is a very, very important. So children, so be concentrate on this bubbling of all these things, and when you are before going to the enter into the examination hall, so you have to observe the total examination hall. That is a very, very important, because there may be some pictures, there may be some writings, there may be some good quotations, maybe like so when you are thinking one question, when your observation is on walls, so when their quotation is there, so when you read the question, what is the meaning of it? I see this same quotation in one of my classroom, like if the thinking process will goes on, means it is a wasting of times. When you before going to enter into the examination hall, of course just observe the total observation of course surroundings, and keep your mind very cool and fresh and start writing. That is a very, very important, children. So this is the things we have to care them. So now we am going to start the process. Okay, our children, are you understand this total pattern? This is very, very important. So you are ready to prepare for the examination, I hope. So let me start with one of the question, we call it as a verbal reasoning. Okay, I will give this question. Select the best alternative, whether seismography, which is meant for earthquake, and seismometer, and which is meant for, one is landslide, there is option A, and option B strains, option C resistances, and option D volcanoes. And you know that the seismography is an instrument to measure the intensity of an earthquake. So there will be one question is given, means like A is to B and is as C is to D, like you have proportions now, but the similar manner here also there, and A is related with the, definitely of course A is related with B, like C also related with the D. So we will discuss all these kind of questions to next class, of course next meeting. So once again I hope all the children, so you understand the way, the path, it is not new for you, now it is not new for you, you are aware about this examination. So be confident and be ready for the tomorrow's session. So tomorrow's session I will explain all the different kinds of mental ability questions. Definitely I hope all of you will get 50 out of 50. So our ambition or achievement, whatever it may be, it should be perfect 10, because we are living now in perfect 10 grades, you know. So I hope all of the children will get good confidence in this. So thank you, and thank you for listening.